I'm Janita Barty.
And I'm Janine Samuels. Thanks so much for joining us. Almost 3 years after a gas explosion that took the lives of 7 people and left nearly 100 residents without a home, tenants of the same complex still smell gas. It happened here at Flower Branch Apartments in Silver Spring on August 10, 2016. According to reports, residents complained to both K Management and Washington Gas months before the deadly blast, but those concerns went unanswered. Now residents of the apartment complex are calling for immediate action to prevent another tragedy. But according to CASA, the complaints are being ignored by the management company again. As you can see, the building that originally caught fire in 2016 is still under construction. Today we found Washington Gas vans on site, but have not received official word about what's currently being done to address the concerns.
A man wanted for a parole violation gives federal agents the slip. Here is the man they are looking for. He is 29-year-old Victor Johnson. U.S. Marshals spotted the suspect in a car in D.C. yesterday and gave chase. But as he attempted to get away, Johnson allegedly rear-ended a car on Route 50 near the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. The suspect then hopped out of his car and ran away. He was last seen wearing a gray shirt, blue sweatpants, and a jean jacket. Anyone with information on Johnson's whereabouts is asked to call the authorities.
A previously convicted sex offender from Prince George's County pleads guilty to a federal charge of sex trafficking of a minor. According to his plea agreement, 40-year-old Rhodey Bowden engaged in commercial sex acts with a 14-year-old 9th grade student in Anne Arundel County motel rooms and then uploaded a video of the victim to a pornographic website. Bowden was previously required to register as a sex offender due to 2 convictions for third-degree offenses in Prince George's and Charles counties. He faces at least 20 years in federal prison when he's sentenced on July 30th.
A memorial honoring 8 natural resource officers killed in the line of duty was held this morning at the Maryland Department of Natural Resources. The ceremony brought law enforcement, friends, and family to DNR to remember the fallen officers. 8 roses were placed on a monument which held the names of each officer who died while protecting citizens, visitors, and natural resources.
A police officer dedicates themselves to the notion of standing between the vulnerable and danger, protecting the weak and innocent and those who cannot protect themselves. These officers did their jobs and, along with their families and friends, paid the ultimate price.
The DNR has held this memorial each year since 1998.
The 51st mayor of Baltimore is formally sworn in today. Bernard Jack Young replaces Catherine Pugh, who resigned last week amid a growing scandal over the sales of her self-published children's book. Both Governor Larry Hogan and Senator Ben Cardin, among other elected officials, spoke at the inauguration, which was held at the War Memorial in Baltimore. Meantime, we now know what the FBI removed from City Hall during last month's raid of Pugh's offices. 22 items were seized, including a check from the University of Maryland Medical System, a computer, and Healthy Holly books. Documents were also collected related to Kaiser Permanente, which paid Pugh more than $100,000 for copies of her book.
A Maryland congressman proposes $100 billion more in federal funding to tackle the nation's growing opioid epidemic. Representative Elijah Cummings' proposal is called Comprehensive Addiction Resources Emergency Act, or CARE. The measure was introduced last year but failed to pass. The act would include $4 billion in grants for states hit the hardest by the crisis and could send $109 million to Maryland. The state's health department says about 1,800 people died from an overdose in the first 9 months in 2018.